main idea is the big idea, the most important idea. Am I making it clear? I said the main idea is the big idea, the most important idea. Am I making it clear?
All right, scholars. So as you can see from the first slide, that we're talking about the main idea, the big bright idea, what's important. So as a reader, you want to think about what the text is mostly about. So the main idea really is what the text is mostly about. It's the main topic of the book. It's the main topic of the passage or any type of text. And it doesn't come out and tell you, by the way, this is the main idea of the stuff that you're reading. You have to stop and think about it. There are many strategies or ways to figure out the main idea. First of all, think of a table. A table at top is like the main idea, and it has legs, and these legs support the table and keep the table up. So as you're reading, I want you to think of the facts and the details that you're reading about as those legs and supports. And once you think about all those facts and details and put them together, you get the main idea. A reader can also look at titles and headings of text. A lot of times when you're reading nonfiction, there'll be a title or a heading that tells the reader, hey, you're going to be learning about bugs, or hey, you're going to be reading about turtles. So look at those titles and headings. Readers can also look at picture clues. Sometimes the text will have pictures that will give you an idea of what the text is mostly about. Lastly, think of word clues. Maybe there are words that are repeated over and over. Maybe it was all about turtles and more turtles and turtles. So words that repeat could possibly give you a clue that that's the main idea. Also, check the first and the last sentence. Sometimes that will give you a clue. It's like the topic. And when you repeat the topic in the closing sentence, it might tell you this is what we're mostly talking about. And it'll help you find the main idea. So let's practice. Take a look at these pictures. They're acting like the supports or the facts and details that a reader would need to look at and read about to figure out the main idea. So right now we've got 3 animals. The animals go together in many ways. Maybe there are mammals because they all have warm blood and fur and they have their babies. So the possible main idea of these pictures is a mammal. It could be simply animals. Another one, another main idea suggestion is that maybe it's all about pets because you can have a dog, a cat, or a mouse as a pet. Here's something to think about. What if you're given the main idea? Now you have to, as a reader, look for the supporting details and facts that would help you figure out what the text is mostly about. So if it's about the alphabet, what would be the details and facts? Is it possible that the letter A would be a great detail and fact to support that main idea? Maybe it's the letter C or the letter D. But do you think the number 4 would be a good idea? No, I don't think so. What about a symbol like a heart? No, I don't think that would work either because it's not the alphabet. So the letters A, C, and D would be details and facts that support what the text is mostly about, which is the alphabet. All right, friends, we're going to play a game, a main idea game about finding the main idea if I've given you lots of details, supporting details. So my first bag has some pictures in it. I'm going to show them to you. The first picture is a basket. The second picture has lots of food. We've got some utensils going on right here. And a picnic table, like plates and a tablecloth. So if you put all of those details together, I want you to think about what do those all have in common? What are they mostly about? Can you think about it? You see my son in the background? Camden, what are they mostly about? Oh. They're mostly about a picnic. All right, so let's see if you can pay attention this time. I have my second bag. I'm going to look at all the supporting details on the inside. And we have pictures of a bone, shampoo, for a pet, a bowl, and a collar. So tell me, if you're looking at all of those facts and supporting details, what do they all have in common? What are they mostly about? Camden?
Bows, shampoo,
He's thinking out loud. Can you hear him?
pets, and I forgot the last one.
What are they mostly about? What's the main idea? They're mostly about a dog or having a pet at home. All right, let's try another one with our next bag. We have a guitar. We have a drum set. We have sheet music. And one last picture, a piano. So using all those facts and details, what would you think the main idea is?
Ooh, pick me, pick me!
What do you think it is, Mr. Mills?
A musician.
A musician. Okay, so it's mostly about a musician or
A band.
or a concert or a symphony, anything that has to do with music. Good thinking and using your main idea skills. All right, last part of the game. Ready? All right, here are your supporting details and facts. Maybe you can come in the picture this time, Mr. Mills. All right, we've got a scarf, something that looks like rocks or coal, a hat, and a carrot. And using all those facts and supporting details, what do you think the main idea is? What are they mostly about?
A snowman.
A snowman, you're right, or winter fun. You're exactly right. That is the main idea. Weren't those fun? It'll be your turn to try next. So let's practice using a Think Aloud. With your parents' help, you can go online and find lots of different kinds of practices for Main Idea. And I found this one on Main Idea, and they give you a reading passage, and you use your skills to find the main idea for great practice. So let's work on this together. I'm going to read the passage, and then I'm going to use my strategies to help me. For years, food chemists have tasted hot peppers used for chili sauce, ketchup, and pizza, but people had a hard time figuring out the spiciness of the peppers. After eating 2 or 3, their taste buds were burning. Now a machine can test different kinds of hot peppers. It measures the chemicals that provide the spicy taste of the peppers. So my job as a reader is to figure out what the text is mostly about, and I'm going to use that by using my clues. This facts and details. So some of the facts and details that repeat and that are the same are hot peppers, peppers, hot peppers, more peppers. Another word that's used a lot that's the same is burning. It's hot, spiciness, hurts their taste buds. So it's very possible that the text is mostly about hot peppers and being hot. But if you also look at the topic sentence, that chemists have used peppers for a long time, but people didn't like the spiciness. And at the very last sentence, it says it measures the chemicals. There's a machine that measures the chemicals to see how spicy it is. So it's very possible that the main idea has everything to do with hot peppers and how a machine can figure out how spicy it is. So then the website gives you some choices. The choices that they think the main idea might be is how scientists measure chemicals, how hot and spicy peppers are used, why people have trouble tasting hot peppers, and how a machine helps the hot pepper industry. So as a reader, I'm going to look at each one of those options and think about the story I just read. How scientists measure chemicals. There's nothing in there about measuring chemicals. It was all about hot peppers, so I'm not going to choose that option. How hot and spicy peppers are used is the option number 2. And the passage doesn't really talk about how they use them. It does say that it's pizza and ketchup, but not other ways like cooking it and using it. That's not what it's mostly about. That's just one detail. The third choice is why people have trouble tasting hot peppers. Talks about that it's spicy, but they don't have a lot of trouble. That's not the whole passage. That's not what everything's about. The last choice is about how a machine helps the hot pepper industry. Well, it does talk about a machine. It's been talking about hot peppers and how they're used and what people use hot peppers for. That's all about the hot pepper industry. So my guess is that it's a machine that helps hot pepper industry. That's the main idea, what it's mostly about. And when we checked our answer, we were right. It's how a machine helps the hot pepper industry. Scholars, I encourage you, as readers, to make sure when you're reading that you look for the main idea, what the text is mostly about, the main topic of the book or the reading passage, or any type of text, especially nonfiction. You will become a better reader and you will understand what you're reading. So go out there and practice finding the main idea, the big idea,